Hey everybody, it's Jang here from jangbricks.com with a look at a summer 2014 LEGO Ninjago set. This is the Battle for Ninjago City, and it came with 1,223 pieces. That's 1,223 pieces. Obviously, there's a ton of stuff to look at here, so I'm going to try to go through things one by one, and we're going to start with the main Ninjago temple itself. This is really a big, beautiful structure that puts the previous Temple of Light absolutely to shame. Way more color to this one, way more sophistication. Things fit together more nicely. I especially like how this assembly here goes together. Definitely check out the instruction sheet for this online. You can just download it for free to check out some really interesting ways that things are assembled together. And you see you've got details on the back as well, or kind of interior details. But let's first look at some closer up views of the outside front. Here's the dragon head sculpture out front, up at the top of the center of the kind of pagoda-like structure. And I really like this use of this claw piece to kind of close in the top of the head like that. A handful of stickers used in the building of this structure, but a lot more with some of the other stuff. I'll talk about that later on when we get to more details. There you've got your front main doors, your main gate, and you've also got some nice little detail of kind of a lantern there, the nice frosted windows with the double-headed golden dragon detail built in. That's all printed, not stickers. These are a really good use of these parts. These are originally from a Disney Princesses set that came out in the last wave. Very nice use of that. You can see some kind of rocky terrain structure around here, down around the base. Here's your front main entrance. You've got a couple little secret passages underneath here also. You can open up those small little doors. But speaking of secret passages, you've got these whole sections right here which actually rotate around, allow you to access these secret weapons caches. So you can see you've got some weapons in there, and over on the other side is just also allows you to get in. You can kind of sneak in there if you want to, but the best thing to use these for is just to get to those weapons easily if you're fighting out front. Now also to help you with defending this temple, you've got a shooter down in there. We'll look at more detail of that from the back, but you've also got a couple of catapults along the sides, one over here, one over here. Again, we'll look at how those work from the back, and you've got a hidden feature here. So let's look at some of that stuff. First of all, over here, the hidden feature is a cannon. Yep, you've got a full-on cannon, and to open that up, you've just got a little flap here that you open up, and that gives access to the thing. You can actually change the angle of this, which is nice. The flap doesn't tend to want to stay open all that well. It just barely kind of stays up, so that's a little bit unfortunate there, but you can change the angle of this, and this is a Technic cannon. This little red bit right here is intended to be kind of your trigger mechanism, and these things shoot really, really well. The dual catapult launchers up here are set up with nice little trigger mechanisms for them. You just push down right here, and it's got just a lever, a cantilever really, that works with just a small little Technic assembly. You can use these as little bits of logs or rocks that you can use as ammunition, so you can easily shoot those off towards the front, just like that. You really need to give it a little bit of extra force and speed. It can hit the base of this, as you probably saw just on that particular shot right here. Just this little bit of detail right here, just a little bit too low, so hit it really hard and fast, and it should be able to just scoot past that. Between there, this center shooting feature uses these dragon blade discs that are stored over here. Just got a couple of them, just a pair of those really simple little things, you know, plate with tile on it. But these work pretty nicely. You just put this under there with, it's just a tire, and you line it up with the tile right there and just hit this down really quickly. The tire is going to move the whole thing through and shoot it out as just a little projectile, you know, a little flat projectile. Just shoots it out straight to the front, and you do get two of those with a space to store them. Another nice little kind of hidden feature Over to this side here, you've got an upper floor with just a small little balcony in there. It's kind of a different scale, I would say. It just kind of looks like it's intended to be smaller than minifig scale. You can easily definitely put a figure on the bed, you know, to rest, to sleep up there. But this upper area just kind of looks like it's scaled down and kind of forces a little bit of perspective in there. Down below, we get kind of the kitchen area and break area. So you've got some drinks there, countertop, another little space where you can put some things in. You could pretend that this is an oven if you want to do some cooking there. They also have a kind of a hibachi style little grill, indoor grill right here. Nice small little seat, not really going to seat a minifigure very well there. Again, with the scale, they're just kind of making things scale down a little bit extra to make the whole building seem larger than it really is. This is just a little bit of storage you can use here. Put some of your weapons in there. Going across here, this is just the center main entrance hallway. Nothing really going on there. You do have the ability to set your minifigures in between here and kind of show them walking between the different rooms. Same thing going over in this direction. This is the control room. Over to this side, it's a little bit tough to see in there because it's so kind of buried in there and dark. Again, another storage bin, a couple of storage bins actually, a tool out to the side. And if I move this out of the way, you can see just a little bit better. Some of the panels that are in there is showing you the current status of sensors and defenses around the temple. And then this is just one of those removable storage bits that you can take out with just one more tool in there. And then down below, you've got the cellar area, I would say, and you've got a little treasure chest down here at the bottom where you can store extra secret stuff that you really want to keep in good shape and away from the enemy. It's the back side to kind of the entrance underneath, or just the spinning walls that have the little hidden weapons caches under there. This is a hidden little feature, which I'll show you in a minute. And then this is a jail. So down underneath, you've got your kind of underground prison area, and that just has a chain on it and a lock. Doesn't really lock up that well. You know, this chain really needs to be much shorter to work, but it kind of gets the idea across. So you have to pretend that when those are connected, there's no opening these gates. But there's plenty of space in here to put all of your, just stack a whole bunch of Nindroids up on top of each other. And it's another possibility for play, because you could have the action of, actually locking them up, and then you could have different ones come along to kind of break those out. So you can have kind of a prison escape kind of play pattern. Now back around the front, we'll open these up, and just imagine that you've got a Nindroid who's coming up the stairs. He gets up here to the top, right? He's about to enter. He thinks that everything is all free and clear, but it's a hidden little feature is going to bring these spikes up from the ground and actually knock him off. So there you can see just a little bit of a zoom in on just what's going on there. You've just got 3 axle pieces, again kind of cantilevered. You push down on the red button on the back and these come up and knocks off anything that's standing there. This bushy tree is one of the extra builds included with this set. Pretty nicely done. You can change the angles of all of these bits of foliage however you like to kind of change the shape of the tree. And you can see a harpoon end kind of sticking off here with a little bit of a string that's attached to it. You can use that to set up traps if you like, or you can use that to represent part of a rappelling line that can be shot down from the top of the temple as part of an escape route or a counterattack route. All that can just come from up here. They give you a full length of string, a pretty long length of string, and they have you cut it into 2 pieces. So you use the short bit down there. You can use the long bit up here. I found it to be a little bit shorter than they showed in the instructions. I do try to keep my knots fairly short and tight towards the end, but that there just shows you the general idea of what you're going for. That's going to create a zip line. And now I'm going to use the zipline attachment in the hand of one of the minifigures. You hang that under there. It's a little bit of a tight fit at first. It's a little bit tough to get this set up. It didn't work out quite the way that was expected according to what they show in the instructions, but there are different ways that you can kind of go about doing the same thing. But you're supposed to be able to drop him and then just have him just on his own, just descend on down to the tree. Now there is another option that they show in the pictures of using this little shrine assembly here. It's a very simple little brick build thing. Just adds another little bit of texture and, you know, just kind of adds to the whole look of the thing if you put it out front or off to the side or something. But this is another kind of target for the end of the zip line if you'd like to use that, rather than what they show in the instructions here. This is a little more sturdy, a little bit more reliable, and just it doesn't flex like the tree does. But I really recommend, you see, you still get kind of a steep angle here. So I really recommend that if you want your zip line to work the best that it possibly can, rather than cutting the line, cutting the string into two pieces like they recommend in the instructions, just leave it all as one. Oops, that didn't work out so well, did it? And turn it just a little bit, get a little extra stability. Leave it all as one so you can bring this line out much farther, so you get a much more gradual angle to it. So you should be able to get a more consistent and smooth little descent down there. You see, I still kind of have to wiggle it around a little bit. It's kind of tough to get that tuned just right. You want to have just a little bit of angle to it, a little bit of bow to it, and this amount of string is not quite enough. Taking a brief break from the structures, here are the minifigures on the good guy side, on the ninja's side. You do have Lloyd the green ninja, Zane the android, followed by Jay, and then Nia the samurai with a new outfit this time around. Let's take a look at these also from the back. You can see that they do all have the double sword scabbards on the back, and you get 2 techno blades with this set. There they are with most of the extra stuff removed, so you can see better the details on the torsos. And here they are from the front, so again you can see the details of the torsos, and none of these have secondary faces, so what you see here on the front is all that you get. There's also a special look at Nia, the new one, versus the old one from the samurai mech set that we got before. So swapping those around, now you see the new one on the right, old one on the left. And there they are, fully suited up, along with the front views. On the bad guy's side, we get 3 Nindroids, 2 of them with the helmets, and one particular style of torso, and then one with no helmet, and a different torso, and then the reincarnation of the Overlord himself. More ornate than ever, more powerful than ever, looking really, really good with a really well detailed torso, and also the robe bottom section to replace legs, although they do also include legs for the Overlord. If you want to just put plain black legs on him, that is an option. And there's what he looks like with his hat taken off. I feel like that figure deserves a closer second look too, don't you? Scary stuff, nasty. And there's the back. Making things even worse, the Overlord doesn't have to fight on foot, because he's got this tripedal mech thing that he's crawling around in with a skeletal cage going around him. You can see he's just got the 3 equally built, exactly identical kind of feet or arms that are attached. They are attached very securely. They use these pieces that have a ton of friction, and they ratchet, so you can really pose this however you want. There aren't that many joints involved in it, but however you put it, that's how it's going to stay. So you can find a way to be kind of climbing up onto a rock or something. It's easy to just keep it there. It will go wherever you want. You can also move these in and out a little bit. You're not able to get too much of a great, really walking action. I mean, something that's a tripod is always difficult to pull off. These are interesting here. You can kind of open these up like this to really reveal him, or close them down to kind of shield him in just a little bit more. He's got this multiple piece flag back here. This assembly right here really had too many stickers on it, in my opinion. Too many stickers, because you've got one there, you've got one there, and then you've got 3 stickers used here on this side of the flags, 3 stickers used here on this side of the flags. I really could have used less than that myself. But you've got a shooter back here which you can wind up. It's one of those newer spring-loaded ones that they first introduced with some Star Wars sets, and these work by just kind of touching it a little bit, and it's going to shoot that out. It's definitely spring-loaded with lots of power behind it, and they do give you an extra shot for that as well. Not to be completely outdone in the vehicle and craft department, this is kind of a jet-powered glider pack which is intended to be used by Zane. They have this interesting new piece for summer 2014 that they're using on a handful of sets. Gives you the ability to attach some pretty hefty Technic-based builds to a minifigure right around the neck. And this thing does have 2 flick fire missiles on it, so I'm going to go ahead and attach that. Best to take all of Zane's extra stuff off, and this is going to hold on there very securely. Kind of lean him underneath here. I think makes for the best kind of look, and he can be doing kind of the Superman pose if he wants. He can be holding on to a Techno blade even in the air if he wants. He can be holding on to his little shield piece to help protect him a little bit more, you know, maybe protect his face or his body from shots that are coming from below, from the ground. And you get the 2 flick fire missiles, so you're able to really fly Zane around, kind of like his Falcon friend, huh? And that's it. You've now seen an overview of everything included with this set. There are a lot of little details that I just couldn't go into without making this video 3 times as long, but I hope that was a good overview of everything for you for now. My personal opinion about this set is very, very positive, especially the Ninjago temple itself. It's very elegant and has some really elegant building techniques used to pull off the design, how things click together, how things fit together. It's just really, really nice. So many play features included with this thing. The biggest Ninjago set we've gotten yet. I'm very happy with this one. Large number of minifigures is really good for playability. You know, you can get lots of kids involved with just this one single set, or if it's just up to 1 kid, there are so many different things, you know, different battle scenarios and play scenarios and kind of role-playing things that can be done without anything else. You know, if there's one Ninjago set to get, this may be it. This set does cost a lot, but if you're able to afford it, I feel like you really do get what you paid for and more. This has lasting power to it. This will stick around for a good while and will give you a ton of playability. Plus, beyond that, just displayability. It looks so great. So anyway, those are my personal thoughts, but I would love to hear viewers' personal thoughts about this set. If you want to comment about the thing on the whole, or if you want to talk about specific things, more feedback is always great. Different viewers love to see what different viewers think, so please feel free to comment if you would like. Hit thumbs down on the video if you didn't like it, thumbs up if you did. Either way is very much appreciated, and I'm going to get back to work building a lot more stuff because I have so many more videos to bring you, and the next one is coming very, very soon. So thanks again for watching, stay tuned, and I'll catch you later, but not too much later.